Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, my MIL insists on breaking my one rule on Christmas. I have the most entitled co-worker. Update, I have the most entitled co-workers. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My MIL insists on breaking my one rule on Christmas. Title says it all, my MIL is very entitled. She visits and plops herself on the couch and expects us to wait on her hand and foot. The couch may as well be her throne. I had told my wife I had one rule for her visit, no news. I can't stand having the news on. It's nothing but things crafted to get you angry or afraid. My MIL is informed of this multiple times. She insists she can't live without knowing what is going on. It's Christmas, who cares, it can wait 24 hours. As soon as we go to put my daughter to bed, I hear the news on. Okay, petty revenge. My TV is controlled by Google Home. My phone is tied into the system, so acts as a home unit. I tell it to turn off the TV. She puts the TV back on. I turn it off, she turns it back on. I then go into the FiOS app and block news channels. She does something I didn't realize that could be done and had Google turn on CNN on YouTube. She doesn't know the difference though between the TV and the YouTube feed, so. Pettier revenge. I use the app to pause the playback. My wife is now trying to laugh quietly. She waits a few minutes as Google started again, and I immediately pause the playback so she again has a frozen screen. She is screaming about how the TV is frozen, so I shout down it must be the storm we are having and the cable is down. It gave me such a warm fuzzy feeling. I had to block the news channels because my mom can't stop watching them, she lives with us. Wait, you guys watch news? It's been so long since the last time I watched the news. I think it must have been a few months, around the start of the quarantine in France. As far as I know, it's only old people who regularly watch the news anymore. Hold up, you can block individual channels? BRB needs to log into my parents' account and block all the SD channels so I don't have to see letterboxed for ADI content on my parents' 4K TV. That's exactly what I have done. Parental controls is named for that reason. Control the parents. Would have yelled out, it's probably because there's no news on Christmas in this house. I'm petty like that, but you handled this well. I have the most entitled co-worker. My co-workers are the most entitled people I know. They think anything that I own can be used by them. Food, wet wipes, tissues, etc. all fall under this category. Our office is set in such a way that we have a long table with no partition. My manager helps herself to my wet wipes or tissues whenever she wants. She knows I keep them because I am allergic to sanitizer, and multiple hand washing results in cracked skin for me. Next is my colleague who I recently started working with. She takes away this tiny fan I own without asking and keeps it with her till I ask for it. I usually have a snack hoard because I get hungry. She helps herself to whatever she wants without ever replacing what she too. She also will ask me to order food for her from my food delivery app. She pays for it, but honestly the premium costs very little. Then there is a colleague I call Mr. Mooch. I have posted about him before. Check my account for more about him. He feels entitled to my food app too. He has zero shame in asking me for my ID and password. Not just for my food app but also for my Amazon Prime and Netflix. I know for a fact that when he somehow wheedles someone into giving their password, he passes it on to multiple people. If you think that's all, wait for it. The internet at my office sucks, so I use my own data. I have a good data plan and have plenty of leftover data. Now my coworkers keep begging me for my internet too. How do I put an end to it? My saying no doesn't really seem to work. Edited to add, I have read all the comments and decided to answer them here. Do you say no to them using the fan? Yes, I do. But it usually is more of, I need it now. It's just that it seems like such a small thing to say no to. That's why I let them have it. We are always fighting over AC and room temp, so sometimes it gets really hot. Do you say no to them taking food? Okay, this one is a bit tricky. We all get paid decently, so money is not an issue. My parents taught me never to be stingy with food, which means if I was given a piece of chocolate, I must share. I honestly cannot say no to anyone wanting food. When you come from a country where people die due to hunger and malnutrition, not sharing snacks seems such a stingy thing to do. We have our lunch together, often sharing food we brought from home. So, this is one I am willing to let go. Why do I let them use my food app? I am going to put an end to this. Something happened today that pissed me off. Why do I let them use my internet data? You keep saying no when they ask to use your services. You do not need a reason or any excuse for saying no. Just say it and ignore whatever mutterings they do. You take back the fan when your coworker takes it from your area and you move it back to your space. I can't tell from this if you have a personal drawer or cabinet for your wipes/tissues, if you do put your property in there. If you don't put it in a personal bag, equivalent to a handbag which most people would not go into, or maybe buy small packs of each that can be stuffed into a pant pocket. Mostly learn to say no and stick up for yourself. They do it because they have been getting away it. Good luck. I do have a drawer, but it's communal, so it's pointless. If I put things away, they ask for it. It's like they just don't understand no when they hear it. Get a backpack, small roll bag, large hobo sack purse, or such like. There are a number of suitable styles designed for travelers. Fitted with a lock that keeps it shut. If there are multiple external pockets that zip, place a lock on each one. Store everything that you are not actively using in that bag. If your co-workers question it, say that some folks have been taking stuff and it is busting your budget. Be sure to lean in conspiratorially when you say it. Say it as if you are talking about other people, never them directly. Most people will know if they have been abusing your generosity and will lay off. Some will never admit even to themselves that they are the problem. Those are why you need to keep the locks on. The worst part is they will literally ask for it even if it wasn't in their line of sight. I don't understand. If you don't want someone to use your logins, why not did you give them your passwords? Why not change them all and tell them no? This is what I want to know as well. OP brought that on themselves. I never gave anybody my password or ID. But that doesn't stop them from badgering me for it. Yeah, no. You start saying no. Put in keep your stuff in your desk or purse. Don't leave anything on your desk. I got myself a small box where I kept all my stuff, and when anyone asked me for wipes, gum, Kleenex, I would tell them sorry, but I didn't bring enough. These are for my personal use only. CVS had a sale on them. As for snacks, again I kept them in my purse. I ended up using a backpack. Don't share your personal stuff, apps, passwords, streaming services. You're there to work, not to share your stuff. Keep saying no. The only drawback is that they won't be ad-friendly towards you. If you care about that, then didn't change anything. Me, I couldn't care less. I didn't care if I wasn't invited or included in anything they did. I did my job and saved money since they weren't using all my stuff. You sound like a doormat. Learn to say no. It is a complete sentence. A variation on the theme, no, thank you, as if you were declining a favor or an offer from them. Yes, it's weird, and that's the point. Someone I know has a kid with high-functioning autism who was taught to decline something he doesn't want with, no, thank you. Kiddo now uses this for anything he doesn't feel like doing, picking up toys, brushing teeth, etc., and if you aren't the parent, it sounds kind of funny when used in an inappropriate context. Can I use /have/ take advantage of your? No, thank you. It may freak them out, and that may start to discourage them. Of course, if that doesn't work, it has been said that "no" is a complete sentence. Why are you giving away your life? Say no and ignore them from there. Put your stuff in a locked box that you only have a key to and change all your passwords. Flat out ask your manager when she is going to bring in wet wipes to replace yours. You need to shine up your spine a little too, geez. They are entitled, but you are being a doormat and allowing it. Update: I have the most entitled coworkers. So, after reading everything everyone said, I was ready to head to the next week to office, all tall and confident, but life has a funny way of doing things. Let's meet my co-workers. Miss Rude, she is rude, entitled, bigoted and racist. Mr. Mooch, as the name suggests, a mooch, tries whine his way into getting OTT password, coupons or any freebies. Miss Sleepy, always lazy, a major suck up to the manager, sleeps at work. Manager, new to handling a whole team, can appear clueless but trying her best. Now I had been at home most of this week sick with flu. It was pretty bad and it is clearing up now. The whole time I was at home I only had contact with my manager to keep her updated about my health. Prior to this week we were told Miss Rude was being let go. Now Miss Rude told us the reason she was being let go was changes in management. But the very next day we learned that they were looking to fill her position. This week when I came to work, turns out it was Miss Rude's last day. Instead of the 45 days she was supposed to serve, she was being asked to leave early. Obviously we were a bit worried about our job security. So manager had one-on-one meeting with us. Here is how mine went. First, I was told to stop letting anyone use my data. Turns out Ms. Rude was moonlighting while at work and using my internet to cover her track. Her leaving was not a change in management. More like she got caught doing things she shouldn't and was asked to leave as opposed to being terminated. Her work wasn't good enough and her attitude was another strike against her. Her hate for people, minorities, and her overall performance led to her firing. Second, I was told to stop letting others use my food app for the simple reason that when I was sick and at home, Ms. Lazy called me up and asked me to order food for her. My manager was like, "WTF is wrong with you? Why do you entertain such people? Build your boundaries." Third, my manager is now getting extra stuff like tissues because she can see my supplies are depleted. She also gets home-cooked food so we all can share. She says at least we will eat healthy instead of packed snacks. Last, she said my performance was excellent, but I need to build my boundaries and hold them. Rest is good. I am feeling really bad at the moment, the way Ms. Rude used me and how she pretended to be a friendly co-worker. But I guess now I know better. I like your manager. Hell has officially frozen over. This is a good person, rare. This is a great manager, inconceivable. Listen to them and forgive yourself. Setting boundaries is not always instinctual or easy for people. Yeah. The worst part is Miss Rude has created a mess. So we are on cleanup now. Have to wonder if manager reads Reddit and saw first post. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.